Right now, a specialized network of business-to-business referral partners is generating an average of $27,200 per introduction, and the capital funding these payouts isn't coming from a private equity firm or a tech startup. It is coming directly from the United States government. This diagram illustrates the source. On the left is a specific $166 billion pool of overpaid IEEPA tariff duties currently held by the Treasury. On the right is the terminal payout to the referral partner. This capital only became accessible recently. Rulings from the United States Court of International Trade created a narrow, temporary legal pathway for importers to recover these specific duties. The scale of the impact is massive. Over 500,000 American businesses that imported physical goods throughout 2025 and 2026 are legally owed a portion of this money. This sudden judicial shift has created a massive regulatory arbitrage opportunity. Because the window to claim these refunds is strictly temporary, a decentralized sales network has formed to capture the capital before it expires. But this raises an immediate mechanical question. How does a system generate a risk-free five-figure commission without requiring a single dollar of upfront capital from the end client? To answer that, we have to deconstruct the exact unit economics of this architecture, tracing the mathematical flow of capital from a corporate tariff refund all the way down to a referral commission. We will examine three distinct nodes in this system: the government source holding the funds, the primary operator, the tariff recovery agency, and the distributed referral partner network. The baseline requirement for this entire operation is strict regulatory adherence. Under Title 19 U.S.C. Section 1641, only federally licensed customs brokers and trade attorneys are authorized to execute these filings with U.S. Customs and Border Protection. This financial routing architecture operates within the high-stakes environment of customs brokerage, prioritizing regulatory precision over general marketing metrics. Let's begin the financial breakdown at the source, looking at the profile of an average eligible corporate importer. This chart tracks the flow of a single recovery. Based on current data, the average eligible business has an IEEPA tariff refund claim of exactly $680,000. To process these claims at scale, the primary operator absorbs all the operational risk. The licensed customs brokers work on a 100% contingency basis, requiring zero upfront capital from the client. In exchange for bearing the cost of legal and compliance review, the firm sets a standard contingency fee of 20% of the recovered government funds. On an average recovery, 20% of $680,000 yields $136,000 in gross revenue for the Tariff Recovery Agency, and that is just the average. In capital-intensive sectors like industrial and agricultural equipment manufacturing, single corporate claims frequently exceed $2 million. By eliminating the client's upfront risk, the operator removes the primary barrier to entry. This single contingency mechanism is the mathematical bedrock that makes all subsequent high-ticket network payouts possible. However, the operator faces a severe operational bottleneck. They have to locate and process these specific businesses quickly before federal filing deadlines expire. Returning to the chart, we can see how they solve this client acquisition problem. The agency allocates 20% of their own contingency fee directly to the partner who made the initial introduction. Calculating that split, 20% of the $136,000 agency fee equals exactly $27,200 per successful conversion. When we apply this unit logic to a moderate achievable scale, the compounding effect becomes clear. Just 10 successful introductions yield a $272,000 return for the referral partner. For established B2B agencies or dedicated sales teams operating at a higher volume, the numbers scale linearly. 100 conversions result in $2.7 million. The operator is essentially buying speed, yielding an exceptionally high-ticket payout for a single introduction. Is the strict mathematical requirement to mobilize a decentralized sales force fast enough to cover 500,000 eligible importers? But a flat, individual sales force has physical limits. It simply cannot identify and process 500,000 separate businesses in time. To bypass this limitation, the operator implements a secondary structural incentive, a two-tiered 10% leadership bonus designed explicitly to drive rapid network recruitment. This diagram illustrates the hierarchy. Agency partners who build and manage subnetworks of referral partners receive a percentage override on the conversions generated by their entire downline. Similarly, direct partners are incentivized to recruit lateral partners into the program, receiving a percentage cut strictly for making those organizational introductions. This multi-tier incentive structure creates a highly decentralized, self-replicating acquisition network that scales exponentially across multiple markets. Even with strong incentives, business-to-business legal claims face one massive friction point that routinely kills referral networks: the time value of money. Looking at this timeline comparison, standard government processing for a DIY or attorney-led customs protest takes 12 to 18 months. This creates a severe psychological barrier. Corporate executives are highly resistant to initiating complex document audits for capital they won't see for a year and a half. To break this hesitation, this specific network utilizes a powerful liquidity catalyst: advance funding. Instead of waiting for the Treasury, the operator fronts the capital directly to the importer within 30 days of claim approval, entirely bypassing the 18-month government bottleneck. Advance funding is the operational linchpin. By removing the wait time for the end client, the network drastically increases the closing rate, locking in that $27,200 payout for the referral partner. Every component of this economic machine operates under the pressure of a single, unyielding variable: strict regulatory timeframes. The process is governed by the Title 19 U.S.C. Section 1514 Customs and Border Protection protest filing requirement. Under the statute, IMP file their protest. If they miss this window, they legally forfeit their claim to the refund entirely. And this deadline is ruthlessly granular. It applies on a per-entry basis, meaning the refund windows for individual shipping containers and shipments are constantly closing. The macroeconomic consequence is absolute. Every single day a business delays their filing, the $166 billion pool permanently shrinks. The massive commissions paid to partners are essentially hazard pay for velocity. The operator must distribute $27,200 per lead simply because the underlying asset they are attempting to capture is actively expiring. This diagram represents the completed economic architecture. The $166 billion capital pool flows through the rigid CBP compliance filter, splits at the agency's 20. Ultimately, this network serves as a direct response to the 180-day liquidation deadline, demonstrating how a sudden judicial ruling can mobilize distributed sales forces to capture expiring capital before the window closes permanently.